WMMA Universe. Here are my afterthoughts for Alexander Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev. And please excuse me if I mispronounce his name, because we got a lot of guys that come on YouTube and they just get triggered when you mispronounce a name when you meant no intention by it. But folks, I tell you what, man, this is a fight that I thought Islam was going to dominate. I had already, put my bets, and I said, hey, Islam is going to win this fight. He did win the fight. However, do I think he won the fight? The answer to that question, in my opinion, is no. I don't think he won the fight. Volkanovski got into Islam's ass. And I mean, he put Islam in a couple of positions that Islam wasn't used to. And he even got Islam on his back and was doing ground and pound on Islam. I mean, would you guys ever imagine that? Because, everybody thinks that Islam is the closest thing to Khabib, because the whole MMA world is going through Khabib Nurmagomedov withdrawal. Okay, we want to see Khabib back in that octagon so bad. We want Khabib. Khabib is loved in an octagon, but Islam is just, hey, listen, he's second best at anything. When we see Islam, we see Khabib, okay? And all of you can kind of admit that. Nobody can go ahead and say that when they see Islam, they don't think about Khabib. Of course we do. And we saw Khabib Jr. go in there and be handled by a guy who was skillful. The MMA world and the MMA community had written Volkanovski off. Most pundits, and even myself, we thought that Volkanovski would go in this fight and get dominated. But I've learned a lesson in this fight game, if I've known anything. Predicting a winner can't predict the heart of a champion. Predicting a winner only can't predict the heart of a champion. And sometimes the heart of a champion is what matters in a fight, in the fight game. Volkanovski showed the heart of a champion. I thought Volkanovski won this fight, but Islam got the victory. So many times we see the judges, they go and they judge these fights. Did the judges get it right? Was Volkanovski robbed? I'd say no. Because my philosophy is, if the fight is really that close, there's no robbery. Because many people saw that Islam won. A lot of people had Volkanovski won. I thought Volk won. I thought he won. I thought it was 3 rounds to 2. And that last round, Volkanovski really showed his dominance. And he showed why that he was a champion. I've never seen Islam fatigued. I've never seen him really that tired. Volkanovski, he just wouldn't go away. No matter what Islam tried to do, he tried to take him down, tried to hold him against the cage, tried to keep the man on the ground. No, you couldn't keep a good man down. Islam could not keep Volkanovski down. And Volkanovski, no matter how hard he got hit, no matter how hard he got taken down, no matter what position he was in, he kept coming back for more. He kept coming back. Volkanovski continued to come back and come back and come back. Amazing. Nobody knew that Volkanovski had that in him. Nobody knew. We always wonder what would happen if Volkanovski got tested. What would happen if Islam got tested? Well, we didn't think that this was the test for Islam. But we knew that this was a test for Volkanovski. We never anticipated Volkanovski performing the way he performed. I think Volkanovski will be hanging his head high. But what he's going to do, he's going to go back into that laboratory. And he's going to be very confident. And I know that there'll be a rematch. There has to be a rematch for this fight. The UFC, they cannot be thinking about any other person fighting Islam except Alexander Volkanovski. There's nobody on the planet Earth and the spectrum that should be fighting Islam except Alexander Volkanovski. If they do that, if they do not fight this man, the UFC will be making the biggest mistake, financial mistake, just mistake, period. The UFC will become a big mistake. This rematch needs to happen. these two guys got to go in there and they got to settle the score. And hell, we may even need a trilogy. Yeah. This is a fight that I can watch a trilogy. Because I'm going to put my money on Volkanovski.